Hello my fellow hunters and One Piece players. This will be the first time I'll be covering a deck list for the One Piece TCG, and we're going to begin with Charlotte Pudding. So to begin the deck list we play 4 of We're Gonna Claim the One Piece. This is our generic searcher of the deck, and we can search any Big Mom Pirate card and also any Animal Kingdom Pirate card. But this is mostly a Big Mom Pirate deck, so we will not be searching for any Animal Kingdom Pirates. The next card is our 1-cost Charlotte Pudding. This is our main searcher of the deck. On play, look at the 5 cards on top of your deck and reveal up to 1 Big Mom Pirates type card and add it to your hand, but it has to be 2 cost or higher, so you can't search any 1 cost puddings or 1 cost Big Mom Pirate cards. But this is your go-to searcher for your first turn. The next card is 3 copies of Viola. Viola is a 2-cost blocker from the set EBO1, and she has got 2 effects. On play, choose one. Look at all your opponent's life cards and place them back in any order, or you could turn all your life cards face down. This Viola works really well with our leader, because our leader turns 2 cards from top of our life cards face up in order to get a Don. So we could use this Viola to turn our life back face down, so we can use our leader effect again. This card is really good in the deck, but it is kind of a brick, so I only run 3 copies. The next card is 4 copies of Charlotte Brûlée, which is a 2k counter. 2k counters are really good in any deck, so these are mostly used to counteract attacks. But this Brûlée has a nice trigger, where you can look up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards, and then place it back on either the top or bottom of their life cards, and then you add it to your hand. So it's essentially a free card in hand if you get the trigger, and also you get to have a look at your opponent's life cards. The next card is 4 copies of Zeus. Another 2k for the deck, and a staple for any Big Mom deck. It also acts as removal for any cost 5 or less characters, which is very helpful. And then our last 2ks, we also run 4 copies of Carbone Gang Beige, which has the best trigger in the deck. It can pretty much stop 1 attack from any leader or character on your opponent's side for 1 turn, which can be a game changer in the late game. Now the next card is 4 copies of 6-cost Charlotte Katakuri, one of the best cards in the deck. This card helps you ramp Don quickly, especially on your 3rd turn. On your 3rd turn, if you have 2 life cards face down, you can attack with your leader to turn them 2 face up to get a Don from your leader. And then you can play the Katakuri, which then it will turn 1 life card face down and then gain another Don. So by your 3rd turn, using this Katakuri, you should be on 8 Don, which makes Katakuri one of the most important cards in this deck, and it's a card that you want to see in your opening hand, or a card that you get off one of your searchers. So the next card is 4 copies of the brand new 7-cost Charlotte Pudding. This Charlotte Pudding came out in PRB02 and is one of the most best cards in the deck. On play, Don -2. If your leader has the Big Mom Pirates type and your opponent has 6 or more Don on their field, draw 2 cards, and then play up to 1 Big Mom Pirates type character card with a 6,000 to 8,000 power from your hand. This card is insane. It gives you card advantage and it lets you play a character out for free. So you mainly use this to play out a Katakuri a turn early as well. But the only thing is you Don -2, but you can easily get that back with the effect of Katakuri. So the next card is 2 of Charlotte Katakuri from Op13. This is a Charlotte Pudding target, so you can cheat it out a turn early, and it is pretty much used as removal. You can bounce back any character that's cost 8 or less to either your opponent's life or your own life. So he has quite a bit of utility. And then the next card is 4 of Charlotte Katakuri from OP11, the 8 cost blocker, the best blocker in the deck. This Katakuri is your main target for Charlotte Pudding's effect to cheat it out, and at the end of the turn it can restand itself and also get you a Don. So this card is really good because you can swing with him and then he'll just stand himself up at the end of the turn. So he's a 4 in any purple deck if they can run it. The next card is 2 copies of Kuma. On play, you may crash 1 card from your hand, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards, and then his character gains 2 cost. The cost doesn't really matter to us, all it matters to us is a life. So on play we get a life, which is what we need for this deck because it helps us survive a lot longer in the game. And also, when he gets KO'd, you also gain a life. So this Kuma will help you stay in the game a lot longer, especially in OP13 format when there's a lot of strong decks. So when rotation happens next year in April, Kuma will probably go up to 4 copies, but right now he's good at 2. The next card is 3 copies of 9 cost Charlotte Lin, a staple purple Big Mom card that came out in OP08. On play, Don -1, you may crash 1 card from your hand, add up to 1 card from top of your deck to the top of your life cards, then add up to one of your opponent's characters with cost 6 or less to the top of their life or bottom face up. So this Lin helps you gain life and it also acts as removal, but it only removes 6 costs or less. So it really is matchup dependent, but obviously when rotation happens this might be going to 4, but it just depends if a new version of Pudding runs this card. Now for our boss character of the deck, 4 copies of yellow Charlotte Lin. This Lin is our win condition. On play, if your leader is a Big Mom Pirates type, up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, and then trash up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards. So you're pretty much trading life cards with your opponent, and this can put you in a very good position to go for the game. And it also puts your opponent at a disadvantage, especially if they've only got 1 life card left. This is also 12k, so it's hard to get over, but it is easily removable by anything that bounces or just flat out KOs a 10 cost. But this is your boss character and this is what you want to play on your 10 Don turn. So for our final character card, we play 2 copies of purple 10 cost Charlotte Lin. This Lin has rush, so this Lin can push us for game. and this card has actually won me a couple of games. And it's pretty much a good card to use in pudding since we can build massive boards, but again it really depends on the game state, because this card can easily get removed by red rock or anything like 10 cost Kuzan can pop this, but it's there as an additional 12k to push the game. And then the final 2 cards of the deck, we play 2 copies of You're the One Who Should Disappear. This is pretty much a staple yellow card for any deck. Like, its trigger effect alone is really good. Like, if you have 0 life cards, you may add 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, but you have to discard a card. But this card lets you survive 1 turn longer than needed. So yeah, that card is pretty much needed for any yellow deck. So yeah, this is my deck list for Charlotte Pudding in Op13 format. The deck is really fun to play, but it does struggle with other decks, such as like Ace, Emu, Zoro, but its worst matchup is Blackbeard, because Blackbeard turns off on plays, and this deck plays a lot. But for Rogue, the deck seems quite decent, and next year for EBO3, Charlotte Pudding will get more support, but at the same time, that's when rotation is going to happen, so the deck is going to be changed since this deck will be losing some cards, such as the yellow Lin for example. But this was my first deck list video for One Piece TCG, and for the last few months I've been really enjoying the One Piece trading card game, and I have now topped 3 tournaments in the last few months, and this Charlotte Pudding deck is one of the first decks I ever built. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, give it a like and share it with your friends. Eventually I will be going back to Monster Hunter, but I also want to do One Piece as well. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.